coronavirus business. So we'll go there. All right, Katie, how can we get people connected to the show?
You can give us a call at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-8255. You can also go to letstalknutrition.com and go to the show schedule tab if you want to listen back to any of the past shows. You can also, email Dr. Garko personally. His email is drgarko@letstalknutrition.com. And if you'd like to watch the show, you can do that on YouTube or Facebook.
All right. So if you have a call, if you have something on your mind, you need to give us a call. Don't hesitate. I know that many of you have questions. You let me know about those. You need to let me know while I'm on the air so I can talk to you while on air. We'll take our time. It's a listener-friendly show, and you don't have to worry. Never have been rude to a caller, so it's all good. And we would love. I love talking to you. I know you have questions, whatever it might be, and not to worry. Just give us a call, 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. And in the meanwhile, Wayne Elliott's our guest. Wayne, welcome back. I've had a lot of questions about how much to take, when to take it, the heart drops. Could you elaborate on that a little bit?
Sure, Dr. Garko. Really the minimum, especially getting started, is a full dropper 3 times a day. And I've taken much more many times. Of course, you can't be harmed by it, just like you can't be harmed with broccoli or eating good apples. So it's best to take it 3 times a day. If you can't take it, or if it isn't practical for you to take it 3 times a day, as it wasn't for me when I started years and years ago, I took double the dose twice a day, and I don't think that's any better or maybe even as good. The whole idea is to keep it in our bloodstream, and so a full dropper minimum 3 times a day, or 2 droppers twice a day, and take it under your tongue. And you'll see, I've always found it interesting, Dr. Garko. I love gravy, for example. I just love beef, turkey, chicken gravy. I don't eat it a heck of a lot, but when I do, I like to float my plate in it, and I just love it. Well, after a meal like that, when I take the heart drops, it almost disappears instantly under my tongue, into my bloodstream. There's other times where it takes a few minutes and then I swallow the balance. So it's amazing to me how our body works with natural substances. It knows exactly what to do with them, but that's the proper dosage and regime.
Can you overdose on it?
Sorry, I didn't know you switched, and I just hung up on Wayne. It went to a dial tone when you hung up.
You hung up on him, did you?
Well, you hung up on me and you didn't tell me.
Well, doing the best I can with some of the issues that emerge. This is live radio, Katie, and that's the way it goes. So he'll call back, and he's probably still talking. He'll call back. It's pretty hard to overdose on this product. I get that question a lot. I'll have Wayne talk to you about that. I had an email from somebody about is it contraindicated for blood thinners? So I'll ask him that. Okay, Wayne, you're back.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No contraindications with any drugs, and no, you can't overdose. One time, 20 years ago, Dr. Garko, I drank a 1-month supply of heart drops during a 2-hour lecture just to show the people. And then I took a bathroom break before questions at the end of the lecture.
But I guess so.
just as I did when I was a kid with the Cub Scouts, and you're supposed to sell the apples for a nickel, and I would eat half of them. Same thing. Your body knows what to do with natural substances. You cannot do that, of course, with chemical drugs. they warn you of the dangers, and you need to stick to the dosage the doctor tells you. But with natural substances, you can't harm yourself, and there is no contraindication. They're like food and drugs. I always say, Dr. Garko, and the Strauss Heart Drops, for example, work despite whatever pharmaceuticals a person is taking.
Sure. I had an email, Wayne, from somebody, a listener, asking about medications and the heart drops. My memory serves me specifically, it dealt with blood thinners and high blood pressure medications. Are the Strauss heart drops, is that product contraindicated for high blood pressure meds or blood thinners?
No. My dear old friend Joe, who I've mentioned different times on the radio, who probably got himself in the worst condition a human can before we started to turn that around. I thought it was too late. In fact, for 3 months, I saw no results with diet and the sleep apnea machine so that he was getting sleep. And 3 months, he still was unable to stay awake for a minute at a time, and got himself to 400 pounds and so forth. Well, he was on 6 vacations when he moved into my house, 16 different pills, and after a year he was on none, and got his health back. But of course, some of these medications, as you know, Dr. Garko, are very dangerous to quit all of a sudden. It turns out that the statin drugs, cholesterol pills, are not among them, but some of these blood pressure and heart medications, they're very heavy drugs, so you can't be cavalier and just quit them or start them and stop them after a few weeks. You know, you really have to be weaned off them carefully because they're dangerous, and the drug makers in their defense tell us that. I don't know how many people read the paperwork, and there's a lot of small print, but you really should. You really should. That way, if something's going wrong with you and you're suffering a side effect, that you can tell your doctor, and he might adjust your dosage or change it to another pill. But they give you those writings for a reason, and I wish everyone would read them.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. And you should never stop taking medications until and when you speak with your physician. That's just not a good idea to do that. 877-897-8255. And of course, we have Strauss Naturals, and they have not only the heart drops, but they have other products as well, right, Wayne?
Oh, yes. A couple of great original formulas, hundreds of years old, Strauss is manufacturing for the public again. One is the kidney blood pressure. Fabulous, fabulous formula to kill bacteria in the kidney and to cleanse the kidney. I took it 22 years ago, started it again. I'm on my third bottle. It's a treatment. You don't have to take it forever. And boy, within a couple of weeks or so, I noticed such a difference in the bathroom, being able to clear my bladder, not going as often, and a stronger stream that many of us, as we age, have happen. The other product is called CardioCalm. I took this over 20 years ago for irregular heartbeat, and the CardioCalm was made over 200 years ago, the formula is.
Okay.
And
hold your thought on 200 years ago. We'll come back to talk some more.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take Solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Did you get enough calcium today? 85% of women over the age of 20 and 50% of men over the age of 30 consume less than the recommended daily intake of calcium. One of the best ways to protect your bones and joints, Bone Up provides Australian hydroxyapatite, the very same form of calcium found in the human body. However, strong bones and joints require more than calcium. Magnesium, zinc, manganese, copper, silicon, vitamin C, vitamin D3, vitamin K, and boron are all beneficial to optimum joint function. Bone Up gives you all of these. Bone Up is the most healthful nutritional regimen for bones and joints. Ask for Bone Up at your local health food store. Or, for more information, go to www.jarrow.com for the best in calcium formulas.
This is Dr. Michael Garko, host of the nationally syndicated, globally. This is Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. New chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Irwin Naturals, premium vitamins and supplements. 25 years of gold standard supplements. Strauss Herbs, everything our bodies need is provided by nature. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Back, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. You've heard my guest on a number of occasions refer to the creases that people want to refer to from time to time, and they do refer to them. And what do those creases mean in your earlobe? Well, in fact, they're called ELCs, earlobe creases, and what they are is a deep wrinkle that will extend backwards from the tragus to the auricle, anatomically speaking. And it's been proposed that this ELC, this earlobe crease, is a predictor for coronary artery disease. And as you know, coronary artery disease is the leading cause of death. And it's estimated that by 2030, about 40.5% of the U.S. population will have some form of cardiovascular disease. Now, there are a number of ways to try to predict cardiovascular disease. There are several algorithms that have been used with the use of invasive methods. You know, sometimes you would like to avoid that, but the mere observation of the creases seems to be pretty reliable. And looking at different reviews of the literature and studies, it would suggest that there is a correlation between the earlobe crease, and it goes, you know, or creases, and coronary artery disease. It's sometimes called Frank's sign, sometimes referred to as that. Okay, Wayne, welcome back. We had a Katie. Why don't you share with? I guess somebody called in with that question.
Yeah, Doc. Hold on, I'm on phone with tech support.
Okay, I'll do it. Somebody was asking about stagnant fluid. They're having blood flow issues in one leg, so that could be caused by any number of things, peripheral artery disease or whatever. Have you had any reports about the heart drops and improving blood flow in the legs?
Oh, tons of them, Dr. Garko. So many people avoided having their varicose veins stripped because the heart drops were able to dissolve the whatever it is, congealed blood, and that can be quite painful. I had a junior partner years ago that, as a young man, really suffered that. Of course, he had the vein stripped, and the only thing I have to say about that is I'm going to try and keep all my original parts as I was made, and they won't strip anything out of me ever. That's for sure. And so, yeah, the heart drops, I mean, Dr. Garko, they are the cat's meow, or as us old folks used to say, they're the Cadillac way for diabetics to get help as well. And I could talk forever about it, the hundreds and hundreds of people I've talked to that didn't lose their other leg, that didn't lose any more toes, that didn't lose their eyesight. Circulation, number one. And there's no one in the world that argues that our most important body function is circulation. And those 60,000 kilometers of veins, vessels, and arteries that you've mentioned different times on the radio, tremendous, unbelievable we'd have that much in our small bodies. But every one of them has a reason, and it's to carry blood, which carries everything in our body, has to go through the blood. It's the only highway. And it just makes sure that you want it everywhere as we were built, as we were created. So even the smallest, I think I've told you before, Dr. Garko, after 2 weeks on the heart drops 23 years ago, the first thing I noticed wasn't energy. My hearing returned to my left ear, and I was blown away by that. So those tiny, tiny vessels, I'm sure, that go to my ear must have had cholesterol as well. Why wouldn't they? The rest of my body did. So leg circulation, you bet. The diabetics, the pain they suffer in their feet. If you're not satisfied, you can't be heard. And if you're not satisfied, you get a refund from the company. That I know. So nothing to lose, Dr. Garko, and much to gain.
100%. 877-897-8255. These creases in your earlobes, you're not born with those. Those emerge over time. And it's a diagonal crease in the earlobe. As I said, it extends from the tragus across the lobule to the rear edge of the auricle. The tragus, you have your earlobe, you see that's at the bottom, right? Right at the top, above the lobe, you see that little protrusion that sticks out there, right above the earlobe. That's the tragus. Okay, that's your tragus, and you got the lobe underneath it. So, we've known about this for a long time. And I was looking at different studies, reviews of the literature and other types of studies to try to confirm or disconfirm that hypothesis. And it does seem that there is a correlation. And Wayne, they've even graded it. There's a grade 3, which is a deep crease across the whole of the earlobe. Then there's a grade 2B, which is creased more than halfway across the earlobe. Then there's a grade 2A, it's a superficial crease across the earlobe, and grade 1, which is a small amount of wrinkling on the earlobe. So they've even gone that far as to grade the severity of the earlobe, of the crease in the earlobe. It's kind of interesting, right?
Absolutely. You know, the other thing, Dr. Garko, and it distresses me, to be honest, is the people, I've met many, many people with considerable earlobe creases. It'd be the type 3 you mentioned, almost as though their ear had been cut with a knife. It's more than a crease. It's like it's a deep crease anyway, and they'll feel fine oftentimes. And of course, you know, as well, we hear oftentimes that a person's first heart attack takes their life. And
sure. And oftentimes the first sign of a heart attack is the heart attack. We come back, we'll talk some more.
The latest trend to hit the store shelves has the whole country buzzing. Cannabidiol, or CBD, might just be the greatest discovery of our generation, and it comes from a plant that is not so new, agricultural hemp. Yes, after 70 years of prohibition and misunderstanding, hemp is back to help you stay healthy and balanced. Growing research is showing that we have a lot to learn from the remarkable hemp plant. Nutrient-rich products like Plus CBD Oil's Total Plant Complex concentrated products provide broad-spectrum nutrition, including fatty acids, plant sterols, cannabinoids, terpenes, and naturally occurring vitamin E. From seed to shelf, all Plus CBD Oil products provide the highest quality hemp-derived CBD products available and are offered in a variety of delivery systems and flavors to suit your needs. Ask your local independent health food store about Plus CBD Oil products by CV Sciences today and learn more about the CBD evolution at pluscbdoil.com. That's pluscbdoil.com.
.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Celsius, Live Fit. CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. New chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for tuning in today. Talking with Wayne Elliott from Strauss Naturals, makers of the Strauss Heart Drops and the CardioCalm and the Kidney Drops. All three products taken together make for a great combination, contributing to your cardiovascular health. But also the Strauss Heart Drops, since it's aged garlic, has a wonderful effect on the immune system. By the way, those earlobe creases that we've been talking about, which seem to be correlated with coronary artery disease, as confirmed by a number of studies, they get their name. They're sometimes called Frank's sign. And who's Frank? Well, it was Dr. Sanders T. Frank, who had anecdotally reported he had 20 patients who suffered with angina, and the 20 patients had varying degrees of ear creases in their earlobes, and that's where the name comes from. Dr. Sanders T as in Thomas, I say yes, Frank, and it's sometimes called Frank's sign. Welcome back, Wayne. So there are studies to confirm that it's an observational thing. Initially, that particular sign was dismissed, but over time, there have been one study would come along, then another. And so there's been a collection of studies now to support, or at least to confirm, this hypothesis about the earlobe creases being correlated with coronary artery disease.
Absolutely. Denmark did a major study not so many years ago, and as you know, Dr. Garko, I've continued over all these 23 years to do my own studies and continuously do when I find what I think is a great product and try it out on anyone who says they can use help in that area. And the earlobe crease, I can just tell you, I've shocked a lot of people strangers or at a meeting saying, have you got some heart trouble? Well, yeah. How'd you know? On the left side? Yeah. Well, that's right on your ears. So I can only say what I've seen of thousands, many thousands at lectures over the years and in person, and it's not only the best indicator, Dr. Garko, it's been determined it's a better indicator than all of the others put together. Cholesterol, which isn't a shock considering the cholesterol myth that high blood cholesterol is harmful. The facts are the opposite. 8 out of 10 heart attack victims have low blood cholesterol because the problem isn't it floating in your blood, it's that it's stuck somewhere restricting your blood flow. So I don't know. It's funny. Western medicine's also been told about cancer treatments by John Hopkins that chemo and radiation is not the way to treat any cancer, and yet there's such an investment in it. It's still the primary way Western medicine treats cancer. So it's kind of like the media, in my opinion, with big pharma and their billions of dollars and their lobbying. It's hard to know what we can trust these days.
So what happens is, one might ask, how do these creases form? There are a number of hypotheses associated with that. One is that there's a degeneration of elastic tissue around the small blood vessels that carry blood to the earlobes and that end up, that degeneration of those small blood vessels is what causes the crease. It turns out that this is the same type of degeneration or arterial change that occurs with blood vessels, coronary arteries, associated with coronary artery disease. So it's a degeneration of that elastic tissue around the vessels. That's one hypothesis. By the way, some have hypothesized too that the shortening of telomeres, these caps, end caps, if you want to call them that, on the end of your chromosomes, as they shorten, there's been a correlation between earlobe creases and a shortening of the telomeres, which has been a predictor for unsuccessful aging and disease, generally speaking. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. And as I said, oftentimes, usually the first sign that a person has heart disease is a heart attack. So how much time do we have on this block, Katie?
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay, thank you. So, it is something that you can, what's ironic and so disconcerting, Wayne, is that heart disease can be prevented or at least moderated, even if you have a genetic predisposition for it. And how so? Well, your diet and your lifestyle. And of course, strategic, sensible, evidence-based dietary supplementation. You can, even with a genetic predisposition, Wayne, you can do much to prevent heart disease and not suffer a stroke or a heart attack. And that you learned that on your own by changing your diet, taking supplements, and you found that, sort of the hard way, but you discovered that, right?
Well, you bet. And as I've said many times, you can't diet or exercise your way to clear arteries. It's not scientifically possible. Not with our foods today, anyway, Dr. Garko. And the Strauss heart drops. Yeah, I am an example of. And I was so lucky not to have another attack or a stroke, I guess, because I did go years from that first one till I found the Strauss heart drops found me, and it ran in my family. I thought that for a period of time I was going to be the youngest one in the family to go with the heart, and here I am now, 23 years later, 66 years old, no heart issues, and so yeah. And I, from what I've seen with my own family and with many others, Dr. Garko, and one of your callers there said it so well, you're a lot better off to prevent these things than you are to fight them. And because a heart attack, it can take so much fight and energy out of a person. We've all seen that, as cancer can or anything else. So prevention's always, as they say, an ounce of prevention worth a pound of cure. There's no question about that.
100%. And we're talking with Wayne Elliott today from Strauss Naturals. And we'll get you, when we come back, we'll get you to their website. I'll have the LTN health question of the day. You are listening and watching Let's Talk Nutrition. We're coast to coast and we're global.
Wayne Elliott here to tell you about my experience with Strauss Heart Drops over the past 20 years. The Strauss Heart Drops saved me back then and changed my life forever. It's hard to describe how invigorating it is when you increase your blood flow everywhere. The Heart Drops have proven to dissolve plaque from arteries, veins, and vessels caused from cholesterol that can restrict or block our blood flow, our body's most important function. I was able to avoid open heart surgery, as was my father, and instead cleared our arteries painlessly and without chemical drugs, which, by the way, do not claim to remove any plaque or increase blood flow otherwise. Strauss Heart Drops work, I can assure you. No contraindications with pharma drugs. Strauss Heart Drops are safe, and Strauss guarantees your satisfaction with a money-back guarantee. So you can't go wrong and certainly have nothing to lose. If you've had open heart surgery, angina, diabetes, low energy, cold hands and feet, or grayish-blue skin or lips, Strauss Heart Drops are for you. For more information, go online to StraussNaturals.com. You can purchase Strauss Heart Drops at fine health stores or on Amazon. I promise you won't be sorry.
Have you experienced the wisdom of nature with Zyflamend Whole Body from New Chapter? Zyflamend is a 10-herb blend that delivers 3 health benefits. First, Zyflamend is an herbal approach to pain relief, helping to soothe minor pain or soreness. Second, Zyflamend is a joint supplement with time-tested herbs to support joint function and flexibility. And the third benefit, Zyflamend supports the body's healthy inflammation response, something that's essential for maintaining whole body health. Zyflamend is New Chapter's clinically tested blend of 10 remarkable herbs, including pure and potent turmeric, ginger, and green tea. Zyflamend is non-GMO, project verified, gluten-free, and 100% vegetarian. New Chapter is a leader in supplement quality. Every ingredient, every product, every time. Discover Zyflamend, New Chapter's #1 selling multi-herbal. Zyflamend is made with ginger for occasional pain relief after exercise. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Did you get enough calcium today? 85% of women over the age of 20 and 50% of men over the age of 30 consume less than the recommended daily intake of calcium. One of the best ways to protect your bones and joints, Bone-Up provides Australian hydroxyapatite, the very same form of calcium found in the human body. However, strong bones and joints require more than calcium. Magnesium, zinc, manganese, copper, silicon, vitamin C, vitamin D3, vitamin K, and boron are all beneficial to optimum joint function. Bone-Up gives you all of these. Bone-Up is the most healthful nutritional regimen for bones and joints. Ask for Bone-Up at your local health food store. Or, for more information, go to www.jarrow.com for the best in calcium formulas.
This is Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. Dr. Michael Garko, host of Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. You can get more information about the show on my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com. This is Dr. Michael Garko, and you're listening to Let's Talk Nutrition on this station. If you want to find out more about the show, visit my website at letstalknutrition.com. That's letstalknutrition.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Strauss Herbs, everything our bodies need is provided by nature. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. Celsius, live fit. Irwin Naturals, premium vitamins and supplements. 25 years of gold standard supplements. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Health question of the day. We've been talking with Wayne Elliott, and there's a correlation between the creases in your ears and coronary artery disease. It was Dr. Sanders T. Frank who made that observation initially. What year was that when he did that? Was it 1933, 1973, or 2003? Here's a number to call to be a winner.
877-897-8255.
Simple as that. Let's go to Nancy. Nancy, you had a question for Wayne.
Yes. So I was wondering, does the scalp help with inflammation, and maybe a couple of things that someone can eat on a daily basis to help reduce inflammation?
Okay, her signal was breaking up. I see got some difficulty there, but I think what she was asking, Wayne, will the heart drops help with inflammation? And let me say this, Nancy, real quick. Inflammation is correlated with coronary artery disease because you have damage to the arteries and the lining of the arteries. And so, of course, the body's trying to repair that. Hence, you have inflammation. Inflammation itself can also damage the arteries. For example, periodontal disease, which is an inflammatory disease, has an effect on the arteries. I can explain that another day. But Wayne, you have any comment on that before I take another call?
Yeah, well, inflammation's not a healthy thing for us, that's for sure, Doc. And yeah, and I years and years ago with my iridologist, he used to tell me that I was on fire inside, and that was largely, Dr. Garko, due to my diet. All those milkshakes I've talked about, chocolate almonds, baked goods, all the wrong things.
I understand, and it turns out that the aged garlic will help moderate free radicals that will contribute to inflammation, Nancy. So it gets at it that way as well. Let's go to Ava. Ava, welcome to the show. It's great to have you on. Sorry I couldn't get to you the other day.
No worries. I just keep making my list of comments because I've told so many people. You have what we call a wrapped audience now here in northern New England, and I've told my friends to tune you in. But first of all, what I was going to talk about was elderberry. But to Wayne, I just really, as a neighbor to your south, here, I wanted to send our condolences just for the Nova Scotia situation that occurred, and I just feel terrible. I had friends of ours from up in Niagara on the lake, actually, at Easter, wish us a happy Easter, and such wonderful people up there in Canada. We love them all, but they had told us something, too, about their social distancing with a sense of humor. They are taking out their hockey sticks, because, of course, they always play hockey, and are social distancing with the stick 6 feet apart. So I thought that was ingenious. Oh, my Lord.
Hockey. But, Canadians love their hockey, Ava.
They really do.
Hopefully, they're not breaking out into a, how can I say, an altercation at a hockey game with the sticks.
I appreciate your comments, Ava, and very much. It's very kind of you as our closest neighbor. And, the people in Nova Scotia, I love Nova Scotian people. We have a ship-breaking facility there. We did most of Canada's warships, and I just love the people in Nova Scotia. They're my favorite Canadians, to be honest with you. And what a tragedy that somebody loses it to the extent that they they go on a shooting spree in their car and just start killing folks. The last I heard, the dead count was up to 18 plus the shooter, and just unthinkable. It's unthinkable. It makes me concerned, though, that with people's mental health and this isolation and so forth, Ava, I think it's one of the downsides. We've always had people go off the deep end, but I'm concerned that might increase now as people are stressed and worried about themselves and their future.
And to your point, right? To your point earlier, and that's why I brought it up, because you have to take care of people on the other end, and so social problems will probably surface. They always do. So you have to be forward thinking. My daughter is a somatic therapist, and she's had a rise in her clientele, regardless of where they're from, and she's doing it via Zoom and Skype. But one last point. I've been taking elderberry, Dr. Garko. My husband and I, for many, many years, just normally during the influenza season, and you had spoken to its properties yesterday, but like zinc and other things, there's been a little bit of a run on it, and I've been taking the 450 milligrams during that time frame, so I've continued, and I didn't know your thought about that, just as far as, enhancing your immune system, of course.
Sure. Yeah, elderberry is very good. I talked about elderberry this past Saturday in a webinar. They had several hundred people on the webinar, and I mentioned elderberry as a way to support your immune system. And you get a run on all of these things. People start, all of a sudden, they become consumers of health. Nothing like a pandemic to inspire people trying to take better care of themselves. Always appreciate your calls. Thank you so much for your support and spreading the word about the show. I'm very, very grateful. Wayne, we're almost out of time. I just want to thank you for being on the air. Real quick, what is a website people can go to?
In the United States, they can go to Strauss, STRAUSS, StraussNaturals.com. And they have there's a telephone number, of course, on the site, a toll-free number, and they have some great customer service ladies there that'd be pleased to help and answer any questions that folks have.
Right, and I just want to make people aware, when I'm on air every day for 2 hours, you have an open invitation to call me for any reason that you wish. If you feel that, the pressure of this pandemic and being having to shelter in place for a long period of time, no matter what the reason, you just call me. I'll take your call. I'll talk to you off air if you'd like. Thank you for tuning in today. Thank you, Wayne. Strauss Heart Drops for your cardiovascular health.
Everyone's raving about the newest botanical superstar hitting the store shelves nationwide. Hemp-derived cannabidiol, or CBD, has been receiving a lot of attention for its tremendous promise on human health. Plus, CBD Oil by CV Sciences is the trusted brand setting the standards in this newly emerging category of plant-based extracts, offering a variety of hemp-derived CBD oil products that you can count on. In order to make the highest quality CBD oil products available, it is important to manage every step of the supply chain process, from seed to shelf. That's why, from harvesting our EU-certified hemp seeds, to laboratory testing for quality and safety, to producing our exceptional line of products, we are committed to going the extra mile. It is our commitment to you. Join the CBD evolution. Ask your local natural health retailer about Plus CBD oil products by CV Sciences today. Follow us on Facebook and learn more at pluscbdoil.com.
Celsius is a fitness drink which is clinically proven to function. How? As a thermogenic, Celsius proprietary MetaPlus blend accelerates metabolism, increasing your body's ability to burn fat and calories. There are only two ways a body burns fat: through increased heart rate and our increased body temperature, thermogenesis. Drinking Celsius and then going into motion is double dipping. You're accelerating the burn, and the results are even faster. Celsius is your ultimate fitness partner. No high fructose corn syrup, no aspartame, no preservatives,